Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Adventures in Arcane Space. Once again, I am Dungeon Master AuldDragon, and the players are...
Hi, I'm David Big Mac Shepherd. I play Braxon Miacc. I got my own name wrong. He's who's a fighter and the captain of the ship when we're on the ship.
Hi, I'm Dagamisama, and I play Solas of Ebha, who is Half-Elven Cleric Mage of Ogma.
Hey, I'm James. I play Ockar, human paladin from Brawl.
Hello, everyone. I'm Salen Mortar. I play Finnel'ar Mohani, a druid from Grayspace.
Hi, I'm Levalithana, an elven wild mage.
Hey, I'm Zakat. I play the character of Lafdul Moonglade, a elven specialty priest, thief multi-class, because I never say I'm an elf, this was an afterthought. But yes, he comes up with fun little titles, and his current title is Wandering Wayward Wanchancy Warden? Yes. Yeah, that kind of killed the momentum as I said it halfway. No, I'll just type it in.
Are you attempting to make me look less bad?
Let's go with that. Why not? Sure.
It is so hard. I'm looking at my titles because I keep track of them all, and it's like finding words I've never used before. And
you might, since you are always wondering how to pronounce the words, you might want to check them out beforehand one time.
Oh no, I do. It's the cuff of the moment, so to speak, the pressure, stage pressure.
Yeah, and sometimes even just checking them out doesn't mean that your tongue's not going to get tied.
You've created your own mini game to fail before.
People enjoy
it. I'm sure they do.
The one chancy I haven't heard in a long time. That's a bit of a...
I'm not sure I've ever heard that one. It's a good one.
You've got 100 bits for it, and you've been told to practice in front of a mirror. If I practice in front of a mirror, I just laugh at myself.
No, Old will come up with another mirror of opposition, and then he gets to introduce him as the new episode with his own title or something.
Yes, another mirror of opposition. I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm so glad you didn't get my Wander off. Put it that way.
Okay. What about if you gave him a mirror of concordant opposition and we started playing Planescape instead?
Nah.
I'll just wait until we start traveling to the outer planes and stuff.
I'm just hoping we end up in Athas at some point.
That's not happening. I am not taking this as a crossover to Dark Sun. No. And besides, the thing is I got so many options in Spelljammer. Why would I want to go anywhere else?
Hang on, Ald. Before you dismiss Dark Sun as an option for a crossover, shouldn't you mull the idea over first?
That was so bad.
No. Isn't it pronounced mule anyway?
I don't know. But the joke was just sitting there. Yeah. It needed to be asked.
It really didn't, though. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm going to pull Dark Sun creatures if I feel the need. Or, just the desire. So, that's certainly a thing that can happen.
Well, there's one paragraph of Dark Sun content in that Thri-Kreen of Athos, isn't there? So that's
Spelljammer.
Spelljammer crossover material in there. So that's a legit reason for you to throw all of Dark Sun.
Not exactly crossover. Anyway, we left off last time. The party was at the small town of Tukori. It's a giantish town. There is a small creature that they're trying to rescue, as kind of displayed here by that token. And you'd set up some stuff, and I think you'd had a plan for, executing the plan when they're packing up the menagerie. Is that still the case? Did you guys discuss it any?
We just to an extent, Lafdul's gonna sneak in the the night before, to the best of our ability to guess when that is. I'm
You'll
gonna go
know.
in.
You'll know because they'll
Yeah.
basically they'll do like a come to the last day. It's going to be the best day ever kind of thing,
It's
and
the
you'll know
grand
that they're going to
finale.
pack up after that.
Oh, it'll definitely be that grand finale. But yeah, no, Lafdul's gonna sneak in, cast Ascension's Feast on food stuff. Hopefully, they eat from that food stuff. Otherwise, this is gonna go up in the air. And loiter around for a little while until a fight seems to be breaking out. Hopefully, if there's a distraction, I'll try and free the rust monsters.
Weren't you planning on sneaking in the night before and we were going in the morning when they are packing up?
Well, I'll just be staying there basically until
Nah.
because the Ascension's Feast doesn't break my invisibility, as far as I know.
It does
Okay.
not. No.
Chaos
One.
will.
Yes. One possible argument in favor of going back is that then you could replace that spell slot, or you could cast some other things if you thought of them, and get those spell slots back.
I
And you
wasn't
could sleep.
assuming. I didn't think I would get enough time to sleep. I thought I'd be staying there until it happens. Well, it lasts 24 hours, doesn't it?
It lasts at least 24 hours. I definitely would let it go that long.
So I
I'm
could
a
do it
bit,
at the night before the sleep, yeah.
a bit
Basic.
uncertain about Leva. Has she been back to familiarize herself with the area where she would maybe teleport to with baby?
You have at least a day if you want to do that.
And the question, something we talked about was, is there a form that, let's say, Finnel could take to carry Leva around? Let's say she reduces herself, and could we go there that way and check out the area that way?
Um.
I mean, she's not very big.
Yeah. How well? And the thing is that with your level of reduction, even if you got a not great roll, I think you would still be small enough.
50%, so 2 foot something.
It's more the. I was thinking it would be more the weight, the limiting factor. I mean, she's 4 feet something, so 10% of that would be nothing at all.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm not too worried. Um,
He would have to be like a swan or something, wouldn't he, to be strong enough to lift someone 2 foot something?
oh,
We were actually
well,
surprised. We checked
hawks
out,
and eagles can carry quite a bit.
do they carry more than they carry in real life? Because we checked out what eagles carry in real life. We were very surprised to see they don't carry much at all. Except the one type of eagle can carry more, but the normal eagle can carry barely 2 pounds.
I'm not too concerned about the specifics. I think if you're 10% your height, you'd be plenty.
She's 70 pounds in normal, so that would be 7 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, I don't need scientific accuracy on that. I don't need to go contact an ornithologist to find out whether that's verified. I think.
Finnel, would you carry Leva around?
And
How did you get those coconuts?
and technically, you'd probably be lighter anyway, because it's more than. I mean, I know what the spell says, but I don't know. I don't have a problem with it, so. He could probably ride on his back, too. It's,
I mean,
one or the other, if you wanted.
if you need to make
Yes.
yourself lighter, I can also cast light and load on your equipment, but you're not carrying much weight, though, are you? It's more in your bag of holding these days.
Yes, and I mean, reducing herself would also reduce her weight and everything she carries.
Yeah, I'm not concerned. If you do reduce yourself, whatever the result is, I think it's going to be plenty small enough.
Oh,
Will you
question.
carry? Will you roll for level variation?
Sure, I can definitely do that. You want to do so? You've got at least a day. That's something that you want to do in that day, correct?
Yes, Finnel would agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
just
take her
assuming.
across. I'll take her over across the lake, and she can spend the day studying the area, and I can spend the day scouting the area.
All right, it's probably not across the lake because keep in mind this is more like a small sea or ocean that you're
Oh, okay.
near. So it's more like just going along the shoreline a distance.
Hmm.
And you could also have the battle dolphin kind of wait in that area if you wanted, because they're kind of like far enough away that they can't be seen right now.
Okay.
Out of cur- you could make that creature invisible. Technically, it's not limited to a man-sized creature. Invisibility.
Yeah, but if it
What would you do with a 20? What is it? 40 feet
No, I was
high
just
Yeah, it's 40
baby?
feet.
thinking
yeah.
it
40
would just
feet
make it
invisible
harder to
baby.
be tracked or noosed or something. But I guess
You
we're
just you just follow the screaming.
It would not be very difficult to track. Number one.
no, it wouldn't be very hard to track. But I'm just trying to increase the ensemble.
And there's a pretty good chance that almost anything that it does would be counted as an aggressive act and break the invisibility, because it would be a little, like a little child creature lashing out at stuff. Okay, so Leva, 80% is what you could do.
What
80%.
happens?
That's
For yourself.
that's not too bad.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm fine. The worst it could have been was 60%, and I still would have let you do that.
Okay. So Fingerling Liver runs towards Finnel saying, "Hey, Finnel! Can we go now?"
I would think he might be ready there to pick you up.
How are you going to pick me up? Are you going to put a ladder there or that I can climb up?
Well, that's up to Finn. How do you want her to? Do you want to carry her, or do you want to her to ride on your back?
Shall we ask for a harness to be made? Then he can just pick her up.
She can probably just ride on my back,
Okay.
right between the wings.
All right, she's holding on for dear life. Don't fly too fast. Don't fly too fast.
All right, hold on a second. So, Lafdul, give me a d20, please.
This is incarnate, this is what Lafdul's intended for.
So
You probably need a one.
So Leva, as you're you've just shrunk yourself down as you're moving over to get into position to climb onto Finn's back. You suddenly find the ground dropping away beneath you as you lift up into the air.
Yeah. What happened? What happened?
No, Lafdul's just playing into you've made yourself so small, gravity's no longer holding you, so you're now floating off. At least he's pretending to, anyway.
Of course, it's pretty obvious because using the ring is pretty obvious.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I'll let her go back down. It's just thought it was funny.
Well, hey, actually, on this at this point, you could just levitate her onto Finn's back.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, mid-flight, I suppose, since he's there. I didn't think of that.
Well, he would have been, like, landing down to position himself so that she could climb on his back.
Or
I
you
wonder
could.
whether they would have the presence of mind to realize what is happening, or whether she'd sort
Oh,
of
you've seen.
flail around, kicking and screaming.
You see Lafdul pointing his finger at you, so.
Yeah, if you even look around a bit, I think you'd see Lafdul obviously concentrating on his ring and moving
I'd
you.
wave to you.
Lafdul, you'll regret that!
Why would I regret it? I'm making it easier for Finn. You trashed my room.
I did not!
So after the little bit of fun, Lafdul, you gently land her on Finn's back.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. And Leva, you make yourself comfortable and keep your hands clutched to some of the feathers and everything like that. And Finn, once she's settled and you're comfortable, you give a great beat of your wings and leap off the edge of the ship and begin flying along the shoreline, trying to stay high enough and out of sight and stuff like that. Luckily, it is fairly dark all around here, being in a gigantic cave. And what are you looking for? Have you already decided on a type of place that you two are looking for? I'm perfectly fine with you having discussed this beforehand.
Leva would want to get to an area that is fairly flat.
Not hard to do. Finn, do you have any ideas or suggestions as well?
Well, something that might be somewhat out of sight, but a good clearing around it.
Okay. How far are you willing to fly?
That's up to Finn. How long can you fly, Finn, before you get tired?
Well, as much as any bird.
Well, part of it is also, I mean, you need to part of it is how far away do you want all of this to go down, kind of thing. Your idea is to teleport little one away. How far away do you want to try getting little one, like a minimum kind of thing? That sort of thing. And again, I had the suggestion of getting your battle dolphin into the area. If that's something that you want to do, I'm fine with that. You might need to do a sending to them, mark the area or something like that.
That might be a good idea.
And it would have to be far enough away that it's not visible.
Didn't think of it, so didn't memorize the sending.
You could do it later. Well, and this is after a day, so I'm fine with you changing that up. This is kind of a prep day, so I don't mind retconning some memorization.
Oh, okay. Just a moment.
Does
2, 3.
Leva...
Oh, I know why. I memorized pass wall and 2 teleports, so I don't have the free space for ascending. But I can get rid of the pass wall. Yes. Okay.
Well, this is also before you execute the plan. This is like at least a day before.
Okay.
So you'll have time to change things up and get those spells back.
All right. In that case, yes, let's do ascending.
Okay. So you're looking for a flat space with a clearing. About how far away? Fairly general is fine. But what are you kind of looking for, distance-wise?
Ooh, where is Mama now?
You have no idea where little one's parent is.
That would be a little far anyway.
Okay.
I mean, as far as you know, it's days away.
All right. Leva is actually quite easy. She wants the space to have baby land. She's looking for a space where she can teleport to without problems with baby. and where she doesn't end up on top of on top of a tree when she's slightly too high and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it should be an area that's, I don't know, what's the baby is 40 feet.
Well, you're also hoping
when
to reduce.
yes, but that won't last forever.
Yeah.
So maybe a couple hours flight away,
Okay.
just
Yeah,
to
'cause
make sure we're fully out of view.
The one thing is
Yeah.
that no matter how far Finn flies, that's really only going to be a matter of minutes for a spelljamming ship.
Mm-hmm.
Because they go
Yep.
way faster than normal birds. Okay, so a couple hours. That's absolutely going to be out of visual range for sure.
Good. Yes,
Okay.
that sounds good.
Do you want to be, like, right at the shore? Do you want to be, like, 100 feet away? Or do you want to be, like, a considerable distance away from the shore?
Well, Leva, thinking about the baby landing, not at the shore, because if it turns around and races off into the wrong direction, then it may actually go into the sea and drown, maybe even. That would be bad. So off the shore, but maybe not too far off the shore.
Okay. So a few
You
hundred
agree,
feet
Finn?
kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right, Finn?
Finnel, what do you think?
Yeah, that could work.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So you fly for a couple hours. It's easy to get back because you can follow the shore, but there is absolutely no visual sign of the town at this point. So now you're feeling comfortable about the distance, Finn, and you start looking for the type of area that you and Leva discussed. And you do see a likely spot. So you slowly circle, kind of checking to see if there's any obvious dangers in the area. Give me an intelligence check, please.
Which one of us?
You, since you're the one looking and you have much better eyesight right now. The eyesight's going to help you.
I think that's a near miss.
Okay. What's your score?
Yeah, intelligence 11.
Okay. Because of your eyesight in an eagle form, that's giving you a bonus. So that is going to be a pass, and you're pretty confident that there's nothing significantly dangerous in this area. So you're pretty confident of that. And you go in for a landing. Carefully land and let Leva get off you. Now, what do you actually want to do now that you're here? Both of you.
Leva wants to walk around. She has two reduce spells memorized, so she can cancel the current one. Correct?
You can cancel with an enlarge.
That would work. She has one enlarge.
Okay.
So she cancels the reduce and walks around to get herself familiar with the area.
Okay.
Like how far away from the shore? Are there any potential landmarks like trees, etc., close by that she can remember and stuff like that?
Okay. So you begin studying the landscape. Finn, are you staying in bird form for this?
Yes,
Okay.
and I'm probably gonna fly around in a increasing spiral just to see what's around the area.
Okay. Both of you give me wisdom checks.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Finn, what is your hunting based on?
Hunting is based on wisdom.
Okay. Give me a hunting check.
Wisdom -1.
that's fine. Give me a hunting check then. Okay. And Leva?
Coming. Have to find it. And her wisdom is 14.
Okay. So, Leva, you do not see anything particularly dangerous in the area either.
Mm-hmm.
And Finn, you can see some old tracks, but nothing particularly recent. Nothing that strikes you as particularly dangerous. There's some large bat droppings around, but you go in for a closer sniff and stuff like that, and they seem not terribly recent. So while there are things in the area, you don't feel like there's any kind of heightened immediate risk right here kind of thing. So you feel like this area is going to be pretty safe, at least for a relatively short period of time.
Okay.
Okay, so, Leva, when you feel that you've studied the area enough to be familiar with it for your teleport, do you have a symbol, a signal for Finn?
Finn, did we agree on the signal? I think so. I'm
You would have agreed
certainly
on one.
standing in the area and waving my arms, and so he can see me make a fuss about it.
Okay,
So I'll fly over and land next to her then.
okay.
That will be the one where the reduce fails, so she reduces herself again.
Alrighty. Alright, you're not quite as small, but you do succeed in reducing yourself. Finn, it's going to take you longer to get back because you're going to have to stop and rest along the way because of this. But you will get back. Okay, let me just make a note of the kind of place that you're going to. Oh, and before you did that, would you have left some sort of sign or something there that the dolphin could have identified?
How small, how big would it need to be?
I'm gonna make a roll based on what you kind of describe as what you want.
Let's see. How would you describe the whole area that we just scouted out and checked out?
So okay, so you found
Colors, mostly in terms of colors.
colors mostly it's browns, grays, and for the rock. There's a bit of dark soil around of a sort, and there's some color, but not particularly bright colors, in the kind of mushroom trees that surround the clearing that you identified, that you found.
I didn't, again, memorize it, but thinking about it, what Leva would probably like to do is put something like continual light onto a stone that's just lying there.
Okay.
Would
If
that
that,
be visible?
yeah, that would have been visible. That would be visible. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, and they could easily like get in close, have someone go down a rope ladder and retrieve that so that it's not left there, or once they find the area, they don't need the sign, the signal anymore. So
Yes.
they would recover that. Okay, that's fine. Let's see.
And she falls in love with a stone.
I mean, worse things have happened.
Well, at least if you fall in love with a stone, Lafdul can't make any money out of it.
Oh,
Don't you
well,
believe
you
it?
say that.
It worked fine.
Ah, nice. Good. So she places the stone. Okay. So, no, she actually places the stone in a fairly visible place
Okay.
because there's nothing there that points towards, hey, we are going to report some stolen animals here.
All right, that's fine. After the somewhat longer trip back, and I just realized that I'm going to hand wave this because I don't care right now. But I'm not sure if your reduces would have lasted quite that long.
Oh,
Oh,
let's see.
that's inconvenient.
Let's see.
But I'm going to hand wave it. Just say you took some extra ones, and it's fine.
Thank you.
You would have known as you're starting to get large, and Finn could have landed and allowed you to cast another one. Both going out and coming back.
Oh, she could have had her one in a... Wow. One in every,
One-hander?
like, several hundred episodes of Reckless Dwemer. Because you have to memorize their wild magic spell, don't you? As first level. I don't know what other wild magic spells you got as first.
I'm not concerned at this point. It's a good plan, and I think that you could do enough reducing both ways to make it work. So I'm not too concerned. All right. So you get back to the ship and you perform the sending.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, that works just fine as well.
Wow. Good.
All right. So at that point, you're pretty good if you feel like there's anything else that you guys want to do in preparation. I think that this will be the last night before they pack up the menagerie. So, Lafdul, you'd be making preparations to go out there, sneak in, and cast Dissension's Feast.
Yeah. I'm just checking something. We've slept for a couple of days idling around while Lever's been doing that, right? So to speak.
Not a couple days, no. That
A
was
day.
that was
That was
during a day, yeah.
yeah. That was the day before
No,
we
I was
actually
just
did
making sure I was
interaction.
keeping track of stuff. That's all.
We were talking about mounting a helm onto one of the barges and stealing the barge.
Mhm.
Is there any sort of tool we could build in order to make mounting a helm as quick as possible?
No, it's 2d6 rounds.
Okay.
That's what I've decided for this.
Oh,
one.
okay. All right. Fair enough.
I was thinking shape wood wouldn't help with that, would it?
No.
Well, if Braxon was a gnome, that things might be different. He'd be building the helm mounter o-matic.
No, you just need like an army of minions that can help you construct things.
All right. So, any other preparations that you guys would want to make?
Well,
Solas tries to learn in the days during our preparation the invisibility 10-foot radius.
Okay. Go ahead and give me the chance to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to be free in the I forgot the name of those monsters that eat metal?
Rust monsters.
Rust monsters.
that's nice.
Are we going to need to go in without metal?
Yeah, Lafdul's keeping all of his metal inside his pouches. He's going to go with his 2 daggers in his pouches because daggers fit in pouches. Not carrying any short swords, bows, arrows.
So basically, it depends. If everyone plans to be around the rust monsters, then yeah, you're going to want to avoid metal. If one person is going in to free them,
Yeah.
then that's not really a big deal for the rest of you. It's possible
Right.
they'll come to you, but at the same time, there's going to be so much chaos going on.
Yeah. I suppose also if we ran away from a rust monster and ran around a cage with lots of metal on, they would go for the cage because it's an easier thing to eat.
Quite
It
possible.
depends how hungry they are, I suppose, as well. You don't know anything of their nature, do you, Finn? I asked Finn. They're outside of your purview, being a monster, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't think I would.
No, he wouldn't. I mean, he could make some best guesses about just general behavior.
One assumes that it has a capacity of how much it can consume. And obviously it's being kept reasonably hungry, that no matter what they throw at it, it's always going to solve. Because, it's food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, some of that's just going to be best guess type stuff.
Yeah.
My camouflage will not work inside the palisade, will it?
It would work, but remember that you're really only limited to 10 feet around, which is really, really, really slow.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if I just need to just basically hide in a spot or something, I don't know.
Yeah, it'll work.
It's just a potential spell, because obviously I cannot cast invisibility, I only have granted power.
But you do have potions too, so...
Yeah. Dwindling resource.
Yeah, they're resources.
There's one thing Leva wants to do as preparation,
Okay.
in addition to everything else, and that is cast Omen to see how it works out, with the clear idea that we go in and just checking out the plan.
Okay.
The last time was more than a week ago, wasn't it?
I'm
yes, I think so.
pretty sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There's a positive omen. You cast your spell and take a look at the results, and it is a positive omen. That basically gives you some extra confidence in the preparations you've done and stuff like that. Doesn't necessarily mean guaranteed success or automatic success or anything like that, but signs are good.
She will let the others know. People, we have a positive omen. I don't think we've ever had a positive omen so far. It's the first time. It can only go good.
Sounds good.
That fills Lafdul with doubt.
Oh, I love it.
Especially about the way you've been thinking about me lately. So, I mean, only good things are going to happen about Lafdul. In your mind.
Lara looks at Lafdul and looks at her pieces of paper that she threw up, and so okay.
All right, so
how quick is it to carry a spelljamming helm? I'm thinking, and we're either going to use.
Do you remember what it looks like?
It's a big chair.
Well, I mean, yes, they're all big chairs, but chairs vary considerably.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you remembered what it looks like, or if you need me to go back and look.
Which helm are you on about?
Well, we've got two helms we could use. We've got the one that was on the flitter, or we could use the one that's the elven one that makes things invisible. I'm not sure exactly what that one looks like.
That's just an ornate chair.
Yeah, but
so do you
have quite big.
Do you have the elven cloaking helm on your dolphin shuttle right now?
At the moment, yeah.
Okay. So if you want, like, and again, I'm perfectly fine saying that you have both of them on your dolphin shuttle. You can swap them the day before. It's not going to cause any harm. It's not going to do anything, anything like that. So if you want to, it's up to you which of the two helms you want to use.
Question.
Well, hold on. I mean, is that related to the helms?
It's related to helms.
Okay.
If we would use the invisibility helm, would it also turn invisible everything on the barge, like the little one.
Yeah.
Because
You
all
just
of your
vanish.
crew is invisible, all of the rigging, all the heavy weapons, everything. When you've used them, it's been invisible.
And
It's like-
are we invisible to each other, or is the invisibility just for everyone looking the
I'm-
barge?
I'm
It's
not
invisible
sure
for everyone else. You can still see
Yeah.
everything on your ship.
It's like a bubble.
Just making
Yes.
sure.
I didn't think that. I was wondering if it's like an invisibility, like 100-foot radius or some kind of gimmick like that.
What you're not sure about is should someone go like overboard or weapons fire. You haven't tested any of that.
Yeah, we'll find out if we use it.
At some point, we're gonna have to learn.
So, which one do you want to take? I mean, they're both chairs. They're they're solidly built. I don't remember exactly what. I'd have to go back and look at the other one that you have. But they're. I mean, they're not stools. They're
They're proper sturdy
chairs. Yeah.
Like thrones is what I've always heard.
Some of them, yeah. Some of them would be thrones, but it really depends. The point being that, think of it as carrying around a pretty good-sized, solidly built, probably wooden chair.
Yeah.
Generally. That's going to be the best thing that's going to get you to thinking about it the right way.
Can that light and load spell be cast on a helm? Or is that cast on
Yeah,
a
but part of it is bulk.
Yeah, obviously.
10-foot cube.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it could be cast on them.
Right,
It
so
can, but my second level spells are kind of limited. I mean, Finn has access to travelers as well.
so
Right, but so the thing that I'm getting at is that you're still carrying around a big chair. It's not so much the weight, it's the bulk of it.
I'm trying to figure if we're going to going over the walls or try and go through the gate, and if the helm's big and clunky, we might need to go through the gate.
Question.
Yep.
Could Ockar carry the chair while flying on Beowulf?
I think that'd be very difficult.
Yeah.
I think that'd be
Could
very
that
difficult.
chair be levitated?
By what spell or means?
My ring. Hang on, I need to check the weight of the ring.
I think the weight. I don't think the size is gonna work. I can't remember exactly what it says for the ring, but I know it's 25 pounds, which with light and load you could probably get to that, but it's still like the ring is generally for pretty small handheld stuff. That's the idea behind it. I don't think it can levitate even a light big chair.
I'm thinking it might take two of us to get the helm in. And then one person securing it while someone's guarding them or something.
I mean, there's another way, too. I'm pretty sure someone thought of it last time. Do you want me to mention it?
Yeah, go on then.
Because I'm pretty sure that it came up last time, putting it in Leva's bag of holding.
You can fit a helm in a bag of holding.
Why don't you shrink it to fit it inside of it, as long as it's within the capacity, yeah.
Oh, right, and then you got to take it out before it enlarges and splits the bag of holding in half and
Oh,
disappears
no,
off.
you just can't get it out.
Yeah.
I assume.
You'd have to be pretty convincing to let to convince Eva to allow that.
I mean, I got a keg of smoke powder in one of mine, so you know.
How? I mean, in terms of cubic feet, how big would such a helm be?
I don't think it's 10 cubic feet.
Okay.
Bags of holding are just pocket dimensions of just like pure square foot space, isn't it?
They have weight limits too.
something like-
They have weight limits too.
Yeah, they have weight limits, but
We have,
generally speaking, it's not limited to a certain size.
Yes,
No, it
we
is.
have-
It is limited to a certain size as well.
Oh.
I have noted down that the bag of holding takes at most 79 cubic feet
Yeah.
max, and 500 pounds. So don't just put anything you want in there.
It's absolutely less than 500 pounds. I can tell you that, even without any magic on it, and it's less than that size. And I haven't gotten the impression that you're really packing things in there. So
I don't know, all those spell books.
you might still need to do some changes. I don't know.
I took those out. The spell books are in the library. They were in there because I forget why they were in there.
I mean, if you guys don't want to do that, that's fine too. It's just I know that came up as a suggestion before, and I was kind of surprised you guys weren't talking about it right now.
Right.
Okay, I missed out on that. But if you, well, let's see, if we reduce it, we don't know. If Leva reduces it, then we don't know how long it will last. Solas, do you have a reduce spell?
No. I have not learned enlarge or reduce.
Mm-hmm.
Well, can anyone get us through the wall? Has anyone got a spell that?
Could we calculate sort of when we, I mean, if Leva reduces that chair, and based on how big it ends up, we can sort of calculate about how long the reduced spell will last.
You can make a reasonable guess within at least 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, well, I think the other problem you've got is if you reduce the helm, we can't mount it until it goes back to normal size.
I'd just reduce you as well.
No, it doesn't work that way.
It's got to be bolted onto the barge.
So
What?
But the big thing is getting it in. Once it's in, you're a little bit less concerned about that as long as it's out of the bag of holding in time.
Solas.
Well, Leva has 5 rounds per level, so looking at the size when it's reduced, we sort of plus minus we sort of know how long it will be. We just have to hurry a bit.
I got a question for Solas that might solve the problem. Have you got that rabbit with you? Or is it on the big...
I have it with me, yes.
Can it dig a hole under the wall? And can it dig a hole under the wall large enough for us to fit a helm under?
That would be so obvious.
It also depends on how deep they have put the palisades in.
That's true.
I mean, it'd be easier just to shape woods a door.
Yeah.
Leva has pass wall.
Or
We
pass
can go through.
or...
Well, maybe we just pass walled in.
We haven't exactly gone through. Let's just run a hypothetical.
Yeah.
Because we haven't done this yet. All right, it's the night we're going out. Lafdul goes out. I presume, I do not know this, but if someone's going to make me invisible, one of you two mages could do that. Because this is the night we're going in, and we're going to come back and we can rest, so we can change up our spells again, hopefully.
Okay. Well,
so if I can go in invisible, and ideally if I can fly, if it doesn't use up too many spell commits, that would make my life so much easier.
Yeah. How about this then? Could you check out the rear gate and see if we can break into the rear gate without making a lot of noise?
One problem you've seen it. One problem with the rear gate is that that's closer to all of the workers.
Right.
Yeah, we want to go as close to the barges as possible.
Okay.
How-
One advantage of the pass wall is that you can put it where you need it, rather than having to work your way through other portions, kind of thing. So you could get
Yeah,
it as
that's-
close as possible to your, to a specific point and stuff like that.
Okay.
And it won't, like, the gates will be, they're big, they're heavy, they require being, movement and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
It would take a lot of work to get those open.
And the pass wall lasts forever. I mean, forever. 1 hour plus 1 turn a level.
Okay.
What does that actually do? You can just literally just walk through a wall. You
No,
designate
it
who
opens
can.
a passage through wooden plaster or stone walls.
Oh, so that would no longer exist for a time.
Yeah.
It's literally a window.
I think
Or
that's a
whatever.
problem.
It's a tunnel. It's a tunnel.
Alright. So that's going to
Mhm.
be super obvious then.
It is, yes. But, so again, also, some of this is also going to come down to timelines.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on. You say it'd be super obvious, but how about this? Yeah. If someone gets up on top of the wall and we check that there's something in front of the wall on the other side, but not too close, if we make a hole in the wall, then the object in front of the wall will conceal the hole from anyone that doesn't come up from
A
an
patrol.
angle.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
So a patrol will
because
spot it, but someone on the other side of the camp will not see it.
Don't think
That,
it really
uh,
matters.
Old? How
Yep.
does that work? It says the course is a 5 foot wide, 8 foot. So it's 5 foot, but times 8 foot times 10 foot, the 10 foot deep. So is it actually a tunnel that's sitting there, or if the wall itself is only, let's say, a few inches, then would it just be a few inches?
It would just be a few inches. And you can
Okay.
have it go through multiple layers up to the limit. But you would be able to choose, like if there are two walls next to each other, like,
Mhm.
an alley between two buildings, and you're inside one of the buildings, pass wall will not automatically go through both walls.
Mhm.
Right.
You could choose whether you wanted to go through both walls or just one.
So we could actually go through the wall, and if there's a cage in front of it, we could just add the cage to it. But then we wouldn't be outside, probably.
Or if there's a tent or something like that on the other side, you could choose. I mean, obviously it wouldn't go through a tent wall, but you could choose to not have it go through the next thing and thus have it be concealed.
Hmm.
Mm.
That's actually a very not a bad idea from someone from Tom Brown in the comments, saying how about they are not there on the wall or the gate.
I think the gate is too big, and the wall is definitely too big. I don't think you can do that in just
You'd
a
have to
section of
section
the
it
wall.
off.
What about on some cages?
I
We
mean,
could
Yeah.
always
inside
cast it on the door.
that could work as a way to get some of the creatures free.
Yeah.
But okay, so the thing though is, you're gonna have a dissensions feast going on, so there's gonna be some chaos going on.
Right. Okay. So it's more a matter of getting the helm in without having to throw it over the wall, which
Right.
might damage it.
Well, and also you want to get all of your people in.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I think pass wall would do
to
the
a
job.
certain extent, I'd kind of hoped you guys had discussed this, some of this already, but
Yeah.
So, all right.
We should've.
Here's what I know so far. You've got Lafdul going in the night before with Dissension's Feast. He's going to hope to get that cast on their breakfast food.
Yeah.
Um,
Problem is.
So, well, hold on. So they eat their breakfast food, and then, chaos erupts. They start bickering. Every little thing is setting them off. They're arguing with each other and stuff like that, thus giving you some cover to do everything. And then you kind of want to try to do everything as quickly as possible. So it's like you got
Yeah.
some people going to activate the barge. You got some people going to the cages to free the creatures.
Yeah.
And then you've got Leva going to Little One to teleport it away.
I'm just realizing once I don't even know how I'm going to get out once I've gone in there and cast Chaos and started freeing, well, maybe casting Shapewood, depending on how stuff goes down.
Well, I mean,
It's like I need to get out at that point somehow.
so
You can come
for
and get on the
for your point, yeah, you can go to the bar. Everyone can meet up at the barge, for example, or
Oh, yeah.
you know, you personally can climb over the wall. These
Oh,
walls
yeah,
are super easy for you to climb over.
And you can fly if you needed to.
Worst case. Yeah.
But depending on what abilities you use and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I use my Chaos, I cannot turn myself invisible, so I'll have to use a potion if I need to use one.
Yeah, but the potion would be plenty long enough to get you out of there.
Yeah.
And you
I
can keep
did,
taking sips of potion to run around doing things within the menagerie.
I thought you have to take a use 1/8 of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to
When
use...
you say sip, you're making it out like it's less.
No, that is a sip.
Alright, just clarifying that.
Yeah.
Also, for the start, I did take the invisibility 10 feet radius to basically give invisibility at the start for multiple people.
You might want to have silence on the stone and put it in your pouch. I tend to do that gimmick.
All right, so here's the thing that I think we now need to... I mean, does that kind of a basic rundown of what the plan is sound correct?
Yeah, I was going through the motions, but then got segued.
Well, I
Right.
think some of this can wait till after Lafdul's gone in.
Well, I still wanted to be certain of what was going. Let me run through it. Lafdul's gonna go start this. So he gets invisibility. He gets flycast on me. Lafdul goes in. He can swap wood on the thing, so he can fit for a crack or something. Would I need to? What did I know if I needed to make myself smaller once it's been warped?
Yeah, you would.
All right, so
invisibility. Who's going to cast invisibility and who's going to cast fly?
I can cast fly.
And this is
Yeah,
the night
I
before
concur.
Leva, so this is fine.
yes,
The
we're gonna get back.
invisibility is fine. It's fine from me as well, from Leva.
Okay.
So yeah, obviously I'd be going in, casting Dissension's Feast, getting out. Obviously, I'll spend a couple of not a couple minutes. Spend like half an hour there just observing the ongoings, see if I can pick up anything.
All right. Now, when you go
Then-
in, do you specifically want to try and make sure that you're going in after they've eaten an evening meal?
Yeah, it's the last meal. They're not going to eat until morning.
Okay. All right.
So I've got like unfettered access.
Yeah. And they've all once you get in and you get into the little like pantry building that they've set up, it's pretty obvious. They've already set out the food that they're, some of the basic ingredients, non-perishable stuff for the next day. So it's just like, walk in, grab it, kind of thing, and go cook it. So that's it makes it very easy for you to figure out exactly what you need to cast it on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you get in and you cast Dissension's Feast. Is there anything that you need to do for that?
I need to be involved with the cooking. It's like if you're making a stew, you got to cut up the onions. You're casting on the onions, or that is being put into the stew.
Right.
So depending on if they got like oats or something, I say oats. It's underground. It's probably something to do with mushrooms or something. I don't know.
You do find a like sacks of kind of you'd guess it's a mushroom flour of some kind.
Oh yes, I can cast it on the. Hang on, does it have to be being made?
It's gonna no.
I don't know if
it's just an ingredient. I'm
the
99%
quantity
positive.
Yeah, as long as that ingredient is used, and
Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be affecting like anything that they use with that flour. So probably some morning bread.
maybe
bread-like.
gruel or something. I don't know. 10 pounds of food per level, so 80 pounds of food.
Okay.
Which should be enough for a bunch. Solas said he couldn't. I mean, there's potential for me to do more sabotage with some shape words on the catapults. Did Solas say he's tweaked the ballista, but obviously failed on the catapults?
Yeah, I did say which weapons I
The two
I
middle
sabotaged and
catapults. The
which
two
I
middle
didn't.
catapults were sabotaged. The ballista were not.
Oh, alright. So, is there something... Looking at our ballista, we've got a ballista, haven't we?
Yeah.
Could, like, Solas show me if I use the shape word, maybe where I could potentially sabotage it, if I feel like I can get away with it.
Shapewood
this is
or
gonna be-
warpwood?
Shape word, because it'd be more subtle.
Okay.
I could, like, remove, like, an axle or something. You know, remove the spokes on a cog or something. If it's a wooden cog.
I think what I'll just have you do is roll a spellcraft check for each one.
Alright, so I might want to take more than 2 shape words somehow.
Okay. So you are going to be chanting the spell while there are guards not right next to you, but nearby.
Yeah. I mean, I can just fly off invisibly if I fail to get it off, and I failed to get it off. Or
What's the casting time of it?
shape woods around.
Okay, full round. Give me a second.
There's
Don't you
Warpwood's
have
only 5.
vocalize? Don't you have
No.
vocalize as a priest?
Nope, that's specifically a wizard counter spell to priest silencing them.
Okay.
There is a specific religion that gets the what was it, Song of Freedom or something, free speech or something. This is the bard. God, I forgot his name. Has that? It's a restricted spell, so. Unfortunately,
Okay, what does it have material components?
sawdust I blow over it,
Okay.
which shouldn't be noticeable from a long distance.
Well, it's not a super long distance.
Yeah, but I could be like hiding behind the ballista or something.
Well, you're still invisible.
Yeah.
Alright, give me a second.
I suppose the intention is sabotage, but in a way it's like it's disarming. Effectively, that would be what my intention is to make it not work.
Do you want to do anything before casting it to try to like distract the guards or anything like that?
Oh, that's a good thought. I don't know what I would have as a distraction, to be honest.
I mean, if you can't think of anything, then can't think of anything.
No, I mean, obviously this will be discussed with the other party members if they can think of anything. I mean, yeah, Warpwood is faster. I could, as Finn had suggested to me, I could do it on the bow arm, but that would be obvious. It is like a straight piece of wood is like now crooked, like a very obvious crook. No, something.
It's up to you. Make a decision quickly, though.
What, is this happening now? I thought we were discussing this.
No. I mean, this is the night before.
Yeah, this is
You've already done the other stuff. I assumed that we were already going in because I described what you already saw there and decided what you cast Dissension's Feast on.
No, I just take the chance so they don't hear me.
Okay.
I mean, I can just fly off. I'm invisible and I can fly off, so I'm trying to go somewhere subtle inside the something that might not immediately be noticeable.
If you're invisible and you're on your own, why don't you just climb over the wall?
I'm flying.
Why don't you just fly?
He's casting Shape Wood on the two ballista.
Yeah.
Oh, right, sorry.
So, give me 2 spellcraft checks, please.
Oh, one's very obvious fail, and the other one's less so. Yeah, oh well. You still have to actively check it to notice it, but...
They definitely didn't notice you casting the spell, but you cast a spell and you're like, I'm pretty sure this is not going to work. I'm gonna... It still is gonna do something, but you're not confident in...
It's malfunction.
that they'll malfunction, yeah. Give me a second to make a note of this. Okay, so...
I actually didn't know that this was happening. I would have changed my spells.
I don't mind retconning some of that. Just I'd already described what you were seeing when you went in. Everything was going.
Alright, no, I just would have had another warp wood. I might try a warp wood if it's that catastrophically. That didn't do nothing.
Well, you don't know that it did nothing. You're just not.
Alright, if I'm uncertain, then yeah, I won't do anything else.
Yeah. I mean, basically what it is I will be giving both of them a bonus to their saving throws to see if they malfunction.
Do they have a quantity of ammo nearby?
Yes.
Can I warp wood some of it, and then place the non-warped stuff on top? So it's half of their ammo is going to be warped, half of them.
Placing would be very obvious.
Oh,
because you're completely like, except for the fact that you're invisible, you're completely visible to these guards. So if you start moving,
yeah. All right, never mind.
But you can still warp some.
I mean, I could, but I would. This is going to be happening the night before, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the night before.
All right, now, yeah. I mean, I'll just warp the ammo.
Okay.
To make it unusable. I mean, it's going to be very obvious that someone's done something there.
They did not notice you casting that spell either.
Alright, 2 warp woods, 2 shape woods have been cast. I got a third one, but shape wood, but I don't think I need it for anything.
Okay.
Could you attach all the catapult shots or blister bolts together with shape wood?
You mean fuse it into the floor?
Well, no. So that when you try and pick up one catapult shot, it's all the catapult shots are one object.
You need a shaped stone spell for that.
For the catapult shot, yeah.
Right.
And
yeah,
I kind of feel like that would be kind of obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, that's fine.
Obvious,
I've done what
obvious
I can.
by sound kind of thing. Because it'd be shifting them around. Alright.
I just observe for a while.
And what's the area of effect on Warpwood? How much can you affect?
Yeah, 1 second. What would? 15-inch shaft of wood up to 1 inch diameter per level of caster, so 8 blister bolts, I guess.
Alright, and you cast it twice.
No, once.
Once?
Only on one of them. The one that
Okay.
That was an obvious failure. I was like, well, if I can't ruin the machine, I'll go for the ammo instead.
Okay, so you did notice that they had 2 sections of ballista ammo with, it looked like about 10 each. So you got 8 in one group are warped.
Yeah, so, well, alright, then I'll make a note of how many shots they've got per. Yeah.
Okay. Alright. anything you want to look at specifically? Remember that you do need to get back and get some rest so you can memorize spells for the next day.
Just patrols. I can cast tongues. Actually, are there any like meetings for the officers? Anything I can see anywhere?
Since you've gotten in after their last meal, no, it's pretty
No.
quiet. There's some there's patrols, and that's all that you can obviously tell, like
If I
patrols and
can-
guards.
Are there any guys that look like they're talking?
Give me an intelligence check, please.
Because the idea would be fly up in the air or something, cast tongues, and eavesdrop nearby.
Do remember that the fly spell doesn't last forever.
Yeah. It lasts like an hour and a half, though, or something like that. Isn't it? An hour and 50.
It's 1 turn per level plus 1d6 turns.
Ow. Intelligence.
Just based on the body language and how long they speak, it seems more like just checking in type stuff rather than chatting.
Alright, now I'll just head back to the ship, I guess.
One thing that you do notice is that they don't seem to do guards in like pairs.
Singlet guards.
Mhm.
Probably, was that different from last time?
I don't think it is.
I'm just wondering if they put more guards internally now or something.
It's hard to say if there's more internally. You're not sure about that. Alright, so you
I'll
make your way
just
back?
Fly... Yeah.
Okay. Alright, you're as a group, you're probably going to generally want to wake up early, get the spells memorized. So, like, I mean, there's no dawn here, but at the equivalent of the crack of dawn, you've got all your spells memorized and you're ready to go. I'm not going to... I don't need to detail that specifically. I'm perfectly fine just saying that you're all ready to go at that time. But you do need to make the final touches on the plan. Like, you want to go... so Leva's going to go to Little One. Some people need to go to the barge, and some people need to go rescue or free creatures.
Solas is going to be on the group that goes to the barge.
Okay. Are you planning to pilot it once the helm is mounted? Or do you want to bring someone along for that?
I think Solas is going to be the pilot unless Lafdul or Finn or Leva, who has used more of their spells at that point, gets there before that.
Finn has an independent action planned, and then he's going to be going straight to the clearing.
I'm guessing Lafdul's going to be casting Shapewood on the Rust Monster's cage to free them.
Yeah,
Which will...
All right, so let's start with the first point.
Group entrance?
Yeah.
That would be the possible thing.
Okay.
You doing the invisibility radius, Solas?
Yeah, since that gives invisibility to more people.
At least we can go right up to the doorway at that point, the wall.
If Braxon was carrying the helm, would that make the helm invisible as well?
As long as it's within the radius.
And you are carrying it the whole time.
Yeah.
Once you're inside, you split up. If Braxon and Solas, you stay close together, you would continue your invisibility.
Yeah,
you could always tie a rope to each other if you wanted to make sure that you're staying close to each other too.
Yeah, we might do that. Is Solas strong enough to carry half the helm?
He's got like 6 strength.
It's not the weight of the helm, it's the
Okay,
volume
I mean, it's
or
only a
size.
chair.
Yeah, it's only a chair. It's not the weight. It's the
Yeah.
size of it. How it's shaped.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking-
so
That's the
so hold
problem.
on, Braxon. If you want to carry the chair, you can
Yeah.
basically like carry it over your head essentially, so the seat is resting on your head. You're holding onto the arm rests, and the back is
Yeah.
down your back, and that's fine. You're
Okay.
gonna have no problems, but your arms are gonna be
They're busy.
Someone might want to cast strength on him for that day. He feels a little bit better.
No, I was just thinking the other way we could carry it is to carry it like a ladder with one of us on the front, one of us on the back. But that, of course,
Oh.
would mean
You
All
just
right, yeah.
reminded me.
the carrying
Lafdul-
on the head. Go on.
Lafdul just reminded me that yes, Lever has the strength to do a spell, and she will cast it on Braxon.
Okay, thank you.
all right. Well, to a certain extent, I'm not too concerned about all of the details. It's keep
Yeah.
that in mind. But I kind of want to get the plan beats.
Okay,
Mhm.
so Braxton had carried a chair on his head, and then he and Solas are going to get the chair nailed down.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
You
one
might-
of us. One of us bolting the chair down, the other
Have-
acting as guard.
Have a silence spell, Solas, because that's going to make a lot of noise.
Yeah,
Very-
I have a silence 15 feet radius.
Very good idea.
Okay. Leva. You're gonna go to. Do you want to once you get past wall? Do you want to go straight to little one, or is there something else, another step in there that you want to assist with or have to assist with?
She will definitely look around, and she would also have talked to Finn before.
Hold on, real fast. Can you get closer to your microphone? You're really quiet.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Better?
Yeah.
Ah, it helps if it's in front of the mouth, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
She would have talked to Finn. Finn, would you want to ask her something?
Well, if on your way you could find a way to open some cages, the more animals running free, the more chaos there will be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's take
So-
a step back for just a second. That's fine. I want to. If that's going to be the intermediary step, I was going to get to that in a
Yes.
second. So then some
You
of you are
can
going to go
polymorph.
try to free the creatures, and then Leva goes to get little one teleported out. Is that
Yeah,
what you're
Lever
thinking?
will cast a knock. She won't stop at any cages in particular, but she will cast knock.
Okay. So Lafdul, you want to shape wood on the wooden cage to get the rust monsters out. Level will cast knock on something to free something.
Yeah.
And Finn, I understand why you're going. What is your plan there? To the animals
Finn,
and monsters.
Well, Finn's plan was actually to set fire to one of the wasps,
Oh, okay.
and then either fly directly to where Leva's teleporting to, or to the barge, whichever's going to get him there faster.
Okay, so you have no plans to interact with the animals and monsters?
Not directly, no.
Okay.
Just with little one when we catch up to him.
I'm actually kind of surprised at that. I figured you'd want to try to rescue some of the animals.
Well, it's certain abilities have certain classes have certain spells they have access to.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. I'm just wondering if that's
Yeah.
something that you had thought of or not thought of or something like that.
Oh,
Awesome.
we're freeing them from the cages.
Okay.
They can go their own way from there.
Idea.
Mhm.
As a druid, can you make them go onto the cargo barge? We could at least take them over to the other side of the lake and drop them off there.
Possibly.
Oh, and if you can't, then we just leave them.
Well,
You'd have to have multiple.
then again, I could only do that with one specific species.
Okay.
Can you charm the animals? You got charm animal or thing. You make it follow you. You can release the charm at some point, I suppose.
I was thinking just telling them where to go would speak with animals, but
Yeah, but you can only do that with one.
Yep.
Right. Well, Braxon's got an ability that might help. He's got animal attraction. No, I'm joking.
Let me
I was
check
trying to wrap
something
my head.
real fast. I mean, I like the idea of burning the at least one of the wasps. I had not expected you guys to do that, but I like the idea. So I don't want to get in the way of that. But I did have another idea. I just need to check something.
I suppose as the last thing Lafdul does before he goes to sleep, he might have memorized an idea spell. If you'd allow it. If not, then, well, I haven't got it.
Yeah, give me a second to check something.
Because I would have swapped out with my speak with animals, considering I'm not speaking with any animals, I wouldn't have taken that.
Alright, yeah. I was thinking animal friendship. I didn't realize the casting time was an hour.
Yeah. Bribing it.
Casting time 1 hour.
You gotta
Yeah,
feed
it's-
it and hope it works.
It's pretty long.
You could summon the animals.
Does that summon spell work though?
Yeah,
Like,
If they're
he
the,
knows
if they're the
animals are
closest
there.
thing, yeah, it would work. But the problem with that is that it's still only one type of animal at a time. Give me just a second. I'm checking.
But it's a way of
else.
controlling them to the barge, but it does bring the animals to the barge, and that means the guards are following the animals.
I mean, you're a druid. I think that if you specifically want to try to get the animals to follow you,
Charisma.
yeah, I mean, a charisma check would definitely could help there. You know, and it could be a case of just like try to get as many as you can to follow you, or something like that. That works too.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a spell. I mean, you are a druid, so.
Would it help if someone else set fire to a wasp so that you could have more time with the animals?
Oh, the thing is I've got the fast way to set it on fire.
Ah,
I
okay.
mean, Solas is there. He's got fire
Well,
spells.
But I mean, setting fire to one of the wasps would definitely work as a distraction as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if you wanted to like go to a wasp, set it on fire, and then go to the animals, that seems like a pretty good plan. If you're okay with that,
Yeah, that works.
okay. Okay. And all right, so Leva, you're gonna go. Well, so Lafdul, Are you going straight to the cages for the rust monsters?
I'm gonna be disguised as. I'm just trying to think. Probably some hobgoblin. I guess they're the most common around, or there's goblins around.
They have a lot of Herwadi as crew too, so you could choose
Silly
either.
Silly question, Ald.
Mhm.
Were any of the smaller cages with animals in on wheels?
They all were on wheels.
So, the reason I'm asking that is, could Braxon and someone else maybe pull a cage with an animal in onto the barge?
For
Maybe,
across
but
the
you're going to be busy.
palace.
Yeah, we're gonna be busy.
You're bolting the helm down.
where the people are taking the most time. Right.
Ockar. I was kind of gonna get to you kind of last because unless you have a specific idea and something you wanted to do, I kind of suspected you were just gonna like try to go with a group and lend your hand where needed. Is that?
I could offer a suggestion.
That's up to Ockar. Ockar, you there?
Oh, sorry.
That's
Can
okay.
you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm going to just go where I think I'll be needed most.
Okay. Well, are you open to a suggestion from Lafdul?
Yeah.
Could you fly the barge that frees Solas up with a lot more spells than you have?
I could do that.
Okay.
Then
Since
I
you
guess I'll
can
fly the
cast-
barge.
Has Ockar ever flown a Spelljamming ship?
Never!
I think that you've
Oh.
probably done some like
Dummy runs.
basic
'cause,
training on times when you're just like in between, moving from place to place and there's no
Maybe.
crucial, time constraints and stuff like that. I mean,
Ockar has flown at the flitter at least.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
it has.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's so much time, days pass in getting from place to place that I have no problem with you guys having had at least some basic training on helms. So, all right.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah?
No, it's fine.
Okay. All right. So, let's see. Ockar will go with Solas and Braxon.
Yeah, I disguise myself as the hobgoblin, probably.
Okay. So Leva, you are going to go cast Knock.
Are you going to polymorph yourself? Because I'm going disguise, so it's...
Yeah, she could do that. She could polymorph herself. Since she knows the language, she probably best off polymorphing herself into a Hueti.
Okay.
Do they have Hurweti
Yeah, I just
crew
said they're-
members?
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh yeah. I mixed them with the Rust Beads for some reason.
That's okay.
Does she have the time to also cast there, not there, on one of the cages that is not touched by the knock spell?
Sure.
Because knock spell is... Okay, then she'll do that as well. Because that one takes a full round to cast.
There's hopefully going to be a ship on fire. There's going to be a fight from Dissension Seas. I'm going to amp it up with chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they don't figure out that I've cast it because I'm looking like a hobgoblin.
I think having a cage where some of the animals come out, but the gate seems to be closed for some of them, could really add to the chaos as well.
Yeah. Some of the guys are like, oh, the animal's not caged. It's not moving. Someone get a cage. Why is the cage not there?
So Lafdul, are you looking at casting Chaos first or Shape Wood first?
I would have to assess the situation as I see it.
Okay.
Because I do not know what's going to happen. If there's a commotion going on, and there's not too many guards looking after the animals, then I can just cast Shapewood. I don't need to cast Chaos straight away.
All right.
It's mainly to cast Chaos on the guards that are not affected, ideally. But they're trying to quell the fighting.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else that you guys that we haven't discussed that one of you wants to do or has a suggestion for other people to do?
I'm just trying to think how many spells I think I can reasonably get off.
How about
Probably two.
how about leads for animals like the cows?
Oh, I'm not even touching them. They're on their own freedom.
I mean, I think Finn is just going to do his best to get as many of them there as possible.
Okay. All right, cool.
Seems reasonable.
Hope you have tokens ready, by the way, Old.
Oh no, no,
All the
there's
animals.
gonna be a lot of theater of the mind here. There's gonna be a lot of theater. Of the mind.
I want to
do-
see a
Um,
photo.
I do
you're-
not have a
you're not going
menagerie
to-
map here.
You're not going to be summoning my monsters from tokens.
I mean, if you want to do a monster summoning, that would
Oh,
a
that's
ton
a
of.
brilliant idea.
Yeah, I'm going to be summoning with monster summoning 3.
If you monster summoning animals that look similar to the animals that they're capturing, they will know which ones are fake.
I can't affect what spell summons. It's random.
Oh, yeah.
You, I will say that if you want to summon something specific, you can do kind of a semi-research thing. Basically, figure out what special additional components you put into the spell to summon something specific. If you ever want to do that, like you want to make sure that you're getting ogres from a spell or something like that, you know, I'm okay
Need
with that.
ogre hair or something.
Well, there would be extra stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's just.
But yeah.
Would that be included in the spell itself, or would I have to basically create the new spell?
It would be included in the spell itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like
It's only if you then wanted to distribute it, then you'd have to create a new spell for it.
Okay.
It's like the variations of glyph of warning.
Leva has one comment.
Mhm.
If when she'd really appreciate it if Finn didn't move too far away from her, because when she gets to the baby, if it attacks her, then she'd be just a little spot on the floor.
Cast stone skin.
Well,
Just hope you don't get swallowed.
reduces ranged, right?
Yes, just a second. I'll have a look. It's fairly long. It's 5 yards level.
Yeah, so you can cast reduce on it before you even got to it. Stone skin would also protect you against claws and bites.
Okay. One question that came up was, I whispered that to you, was if Leva was enlarged, could she teleport more weight?
Oh, whoops, sorry, I missed that. No, you can't teleport
No.
more weight,
Okay.
and there's a good chance that would reduce the
Make it
effectiveness
worse.
of your teleport. I'd have to go back and look at it exactly, but
All right.
The spell had basically flat limit based on level.
all right. So yeah, and Finn has a lot of stuff that he's going to be doing as well. So
Mhm.
I don't know that he can be close to you once
All right.
you leave the animal cages and monster cages.
All right.
I'm forgetting from last time we played. Will we having our ship leave the same time as we go in?
We've already left the port.
Ah, right, we're sneaking back. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm taking some combat spells amongst the couple of shipwoods. Because I assume we're getting into a fight after this. Most likely.
So, how are we sneaking back? Are we going over land?
Invisibly walking up with Solas's invisibility radius.
How long does invisibility 10-foot radius last?
It just says that it confers the invisibility spell to everyone in the area when it's cast.
Oh.
There's a duration. Is the duration just listed as special?
The only thing it mentions about the duration is that if the recipient of the spell breaks the invisibility, then it breaks for all. But if one of the other creatures break it, then it only breaks for themselves.
I see.
Basically, it seems like it works like a regular invisibility.
Yeah.
So
I never remember it working. Like
for
that.
the one for
And
the person that it's cast on, it's 24 up to 24 hours. Okay.
Until people start moving away from him.
Actually, Leva, since it's the next morning, Leva can cast invisibility on herself. She doesn't need to be in the 10-foot radius thing.
Why do you need to polymorph yourself then, in that case? But you don't want to. Well,
Because some of the stuff she does could be seen as aggressive, in which case she'd lose her invisibility.
Well, hang on.
If you're knocking things and you're polymorph, no one's going to clue in that it may be you if you're trying to be subtle about it.
Hang on, if you can get free invisibility from Solas and you have your own invisibility, then if you become visible, you can make yourself invisible again.
She has to be in the radius to be invisible.
Right.
From my spell.
We're all...
Keeping it as a backup could still be a good idea. Like, hold it
Mhm.
until in case you feel you need it.
You need it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You will need the whole break to calculate whether Lever ever has a level variation.
All these spells.
We'll handle some of that before the break, because we've got 25 minutes before the break.
Yeah.
All right, so you've left with the shuttle. They're going to drop you off in the morning. Do you then want the shuttle to go back to the Dolphin, or do you want to stay close by and meet up with the barge so you at least have another ship alongside it?
I think we should get it to be an escort.
Yeah.
Okay, because it seems reasonable that if you're, if they see the barge taking off, they might, they're going to go to some of their other ships as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is our big ship big enough for the shuttle to pick up some extra crew and come back to meet us?
Yeah.
Or would that take too long time?
No, that's fine. They could do that during the night.
Right, that'd be good, because then we can have a fully manned weapons and stuff, and everyone upstairs can be ready to help us if necessary.
Do you want Margoth to come with you?
Now that is a good question. That is a 6 million peso question.
How does she think about this?
I don't know how much you've involved. Like, you haven't specifically said that you're involving her deeply in the planning, so I think I would say that she's not. She knows the basic gist of it, but she doesn't know the details of the plans right now.
Mm-hmm.
As to how she feels about it, she's all for rescuing Little One.
Wow. We don't know what sort of spell casting she does, but she might be able to man the helm for us.
Lafdul tried to gauge that earlier, and she couldn't use magic.
She couldn't use magic.
She couldn't use the helm, rather.
Okay. Well, she speaks the local language, so she could certainly act as an interpreter if some of you took her with you.
Although I am wondering how she saw through my disguise. It seems almost unnatural.
But do we want to take her into the menagerie? I don't think we would want to risk her.
No, you could leave her on the shuttle then.
Yeah, she can be on the shuttle if she wants, but...
She did definitely indicate that she wanted nothing to do with combat, so...
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If she wants something to do with combat, then we'll leave her on the shuttle.
Okay.
I would say we'll ask her, but that means asking all what what will you want to do, and he'll just say it's up to you, not me.
Okay. All right. So, the spells that you want to cast before you actually get leave your or when you get right down onto the ground kind of thing. Starting off with a strength from Leva.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
On Braxon. So actually, if Braxon is carrying Braxon, are you carrying the helm?
Braxon's carrying the helm, and most of the time he's just going to be securing the helm to the barge. So
it might be better if you have the strength to carry it. Then the stronger you are, the less you have to hurry. Worry about dropping it and stuff like that.
Can Braxon try picking up the helm and seeing if? Well, I don't know. It's your spell. If you want to cast it, then you'll cast it.
I mean, strength will make it easier to move it around and everything like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And I will say that you'll get a -1 bonus to the roll that I will have for mounting it.
Okay.
Ah, generous.
All right, so that works. Go ahead and give me 1d8 there, Braxon.
Would I have cast my idea the previous day or not? So if
Oh,
you're fine
right.
with it not,
Yeah.
then I could have changed.
All right, so Braxon, you're at 18 strength, and the idea is, well, I think the idea would have been like, let's
Maybe
see.
it's obviously something that I may have missed. I don't know.
Well, I'd kind of say that was the, that might have been me asking Finn about the animals.
I mean, if I don't get anything, I don't get anything. But
I mean, I can't think of anything offhand that you guys have really forgotten. Okay. So the last thing that you want to cast is the invisibility 10-foot radius. Is there anything else in preparation for going?
I am augurying before we set out. Literally,
Okay.
the moment we're doing it, I cast my augury. It's within the half an hour.
All right, and this is specifically for, what is the question, and what is the percentage that I need to roll?
What will we expect as we... Will there be... Oh, sorry, danger. I don't know if I can... I need to look at the spell description 1 second.
Okay.
I need to know if I can ask this. Could I gauge how perilous it'll be for us to do what we're doing? Obviously, I know it's going to be perilous. Or I suppose, can I ask
I haven't answered yet, so you
What?
can easily change the
Oh.
question. I haven't answered yet, so you can change the question. It's fine.
What will we expect as we... I mean, I don't have to word it out specifically, but what will be the outcome of us going in, doing what our plan is, so to speak? I don't know if that's too long-winded. I mean, will we expect danger from it, I suppose? How much of a danger?
Dumb question. Do you get a different result than Leva got with Omen?
It's
To the same
entirely
question?
different.
Yeah, it is different.
Okay.
You get an actual answer rather than just an omen.
I mean, I suppose what I'm casting the augury is, because obviously stuff was done the previous day, I'm just wondering if now the augury will tell me extreme danger now exists because the guards are fully alert.
So the augury, and this is the one that you do you roll the dice for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's
you roll your dice
78.
and you take a look at the what they show, and that reveals to you that because now I need to phrase this right. Chaos lies before you, yet surprising allies and dangers may rise.
All right. Chaos can be our friend or our foe, basically. That's how I'm interpreting it. Well, obviously, I can't explain why I got to the party, but obviously this is happening.
Okay. I mean, they're all familiar with like that sort of divination, not necessarily from a purely magical perspective, but so you could definitely tell them, what you want out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So are there any other spells that need to be cast before the 10-foot radius? Invisibility 10-foot radius.
Well, I was just calculating if Leva is going to polymorph herself, when would be the ideal time to do so?
Probably right before. Well, how long does Pass Wall take to cast?
pass wall. Just a moment.
An hour. Oh. Awkward.
It's actually casting time 5.
Okay.
That was a
I would
fast
say
spell,
either right before it or right afterwards.
All right.
Like, nothing can happen until you cast the pass wall. So once you
All right.
get there and you're ready to cast the pass wall, if there's any limited duration spells that you want to cast, that's a good time to do it, with the caveat that you can't see each other.
Mm-hmm. No, in that case, Leva will cast it just before she casts pass wall.
Okay. All right, so you get down on the ground. Strength has been cast on Braxon. Lafdul has read his augury. Then Solas casts Invisibility at 10-foot radius.
And to keep everyone in the radius, we tie each other basically to me with some flimsy rope that we can easily break.
Okay, or knots that just yank and it
Yeah.
releases the knot. Okay.
Just hold on to each other's shoulder or something.
Yeah. Well, we'll want to put Solas in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we can all hold on to the back. Well, I don't know.
Well, it's a radius.
You have to surround me.
Yeah.
Which
I mean,
is why
10
I said the rope.
10 feet is a pretty decent distance, but a rope is good. It also means that if someone stumbles or takes their hand away for whatever reason, they're still connected and everything like that.
Yeah.
I say to Ockar, because
Yeah.
I need to go without the majority of my metal equipment. Can I give you my elven? Can you carry my elven chainmail in my backpack? Basically,
Sure.
about £40. Can you manage that reasonably?
Yeah.
well?
Also, Ockar, you might want to have Biomulf in the shuttle. So when the cargo barge meets the shuttle, you can call Biomulf to your side, if need be.
Okay.
All right.
Can you do that?
Yep, he can be there. Okay, so as a group, you carefully make your way to the palisade around the menagerie. And you're now standing outside. Lafdul, what is your hear noise?
Well, are we going in silenced or not? This is a good point.
No one said they were casting Silence 15-foot radius at that point.
No, since we are still outside and we need to be able to cast a spell to pass the
Because
wall.
you had a silence for going in, and I've taken the spell. It's pretty obvious. You need to make a group silent. I would have cast it.
I'm going to be casting the silence when we are basically going to install the.
At least up to the palisade wall, then I would have to drop it because obviously Leva needs to cast the spell.
Mm-hmm.
If that's going to make a difference, that's what I would have done.
I don't think you need Silence 15-foot radius to get up to the wall.
Yeah.
I'd say save that for if you feel
All
you
right,
need
then.
it once you're inside. That's
My listen is 45. It's not a skill I'm overly invested in.
there's definitely some loud
Oh, hey!
speaking inside.
That might be the Ascension's Feast.
All right, so you get to the wall before the pass wall is cast. Is there anyone doing anything?
Braxon will probably put the helm down.
You can't.
No,
you
you
have
need
to
to
be
hold it.
carrying the helm, or it will turn visible.
Oh, true. Okay. All right then.
You can't
Someone
be
might get a
carrying
helm hit, clobbered over the head with a helm.
You can't be tired yet. You have strength.
Well, I was just thinking in case there was an attack, he'd be ready. But yeah,
We are
No, you
invisible,
got other
so-
people to defend you. You don't have to always
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah, and you're invisible, so...
And you're going to be staying
And-
invisible since you're going to be with Solas.
Yeah.
Mhm.
okay.
Finn's going to change into a bat and just start heading towards one of the ships.
Okay.
Probably the wasp that's farthest away from the barge we're going to.
Okay. All right. So you feel the rope slack as Finn changes shape. I think that you all would have been aware that he was planning to do that.
Mhm.
And you see leaving the area of invisibility a small bat shape. Solas or Lafdul casting anything?
No.
Okay. Leva, is this when you wanted to cast Polymorph Self?
Yes.
Okay.
First polymorph, then the pass wall. Well, first polymorph, then have a check whether this is a good place to cast pass wall on.
I mean,
I think you would have. I'm actually okay with
gauged.
Lafdul having identified a spot that he thinks might have been good when he came.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I should have mentioned that actually.
So she turns around. Lafdul, this is the spot?
If I think it's good, then yes.
Yeah, okay. So she casts pass wall.
Okay. All
So
right.
you find that the wall's magical. It gets a saving throw.
Both of those work.
Hmm.
So it's nice.
You polymorph yourself. You were going into as a Herwadi, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Lever would have seen what I look like, so, and also the party members would have known what specifically the hobgoblin I'm looking like.
Okay.
I don't. It's just so if they randomly see a hobgoblin going towards the party, they know this particular one is friendly.
fair enough. It would probably be like an article of clothing or a hat or something like that.
Something on me that they
So,
go to look
so
for.
you're going with a red shirt.
No, Lafdul doesn't want to be a red shirt.
Oh, red shirt, huh? All right. Suddenly, there's all kinds of priests of.
I just thought the
Nomogia. Yeah, there we go. All wearing red. I'm just kidding.
I was expecting the Theum Majocracy to suddenly be here.
Actually, that reminds me. Leva would have something as well, since you said there were a few Huatu around.
Yeah. All right. So you both have identifiable pieces of
Alright.
clothing or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That's fine.
red shirts away.
So
I
what
wanna
do
be
we see
violet.
when we enter the pass wall?
So, Leva, you finish casting your pass wall spell, and before you, the palisade seems to just open up. It's almost like all of the mushroom wood compresses and shifts, but there's no tearing sound or anything like that. It's just like everything gets shifted and compressed to the sides, opening up this passageway, allowing you all to enter. Right on the other side, about 15 feet away, is a large tent. Lafdul had identified it as something that appears to be a storage tent or something like that. It's heavy canvas, nothing, not decorated in any particular way. With the pass wall now open, all the rest of you can hear some shouts, and there's clearly arguments in languages that most of you can't understand going on. And even for those who can understand some of them, it's muffled and distant and stuff like that.
Braxon's learning all the goblin insults.
I think Braxon has to be within a certain distance for that to kick in.
You have to be within a certain distance of someone who knows, yes. So, yeah.
Oh, well.
In this case. But Leva knows some Herwadi, so
Yeah.
she can recognize that some people are arguing in Herwadi.
But you've been studying Goblin already for some time. Of course, you learn the curse words first.
Yeah, that's the first things you learn.
I don't know if D&D works that way. It's like, yesterday you don't know, today you know.
Margoth has not taught you any of the curse words.
Yeah.
Aw.
And with that, you guys, those of you who are splitting off, you yank on your rope so that releases, and you start moving towards your goals. And that is where we're going to take our break.
Way.
So-
That is the perfect Republic serial ending.
It
of
is
the
a
first half.
pretty good spot for the break. Well,
yeah.
no, because a serial has to have like a situation in which you all die, and then when we come
yeah.
back, there's we didn't show you this thing that you obviously would have seen,
Yeah.
indicating that
yeah.
none of you died.
I forgot about that. Republic serials used to cheat every week.
Yeah. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes, everyone. Get a drink, get up and take a walk around, and we will see you shortly.
See you
Okay.
on the other side.
See you then.